So for anyone who knows Uche Agonsi knows that this man is a walking, talking art embodiment. Uche, tell us, how did it start for you? At what point, or was there a story behind you saying, "Look, I need to go into art"? And when you did, go into it, it wasn't so popular as it is today. So what motivated you?
Well, like I keep saying, I was a science student in secondary school. I never did art, but I could remember then I could interpret anything. As a science student, I didn't know I was exhibiting more of art. So finally, I now saw those things I was using for play. I can now
Mm.
make money out of it. So I decided to study arts.
So at what point did that happen?
Yeah, after my jam, I wanted to do medicine, but I discovered I couldn't withstand blood.
Mm.
But rather, I love all the drawings, all the anatomy. So only for me to be guided by a counselor said, since you know this and this is what is called art, you can do it. So
Mm.
that's how I switched.
Mm. So Uche, you're a sculptor, you're a painter, you are what other?
Ceramics.
Yes, you do all that. You do murals. How are you able to do all that? I used to think that as an artist, you have to compartmentalize. You have to be either a sculptor or a painter, but you can't be all. How genius are you that you're able to do all really well? When did you find out that you're really good at every aspect of, applied, fine and applied arts?
The truth of the matter is that for you to say you're an artist, you must be creative. So you can't say you're an artisan. The difference between an artist and artisan. And you can't say you're an artist, you only know one aspect of art. So as a young man, I love experimenting. So that's what made me diversify into painting, sculpture, ceramics. And one of the things I love more is to get into those areas of art that are very difficult, like
Mm.
ceramics.
Mhm.
Ceramics more like a science art. Yes, you'll be hearing chemical equation, verification point, and most artists don't do that because that's what brings the electric plug, windscreen, ties, and all the rest of them. So
Mhm. So let's talk about art as therapy. What has been the story for you? Has there been people who came to tell you, really, your art changed my life? Has there been any impact story like that, in the course of you being an artist?
yes, I believe that art is a means of communication. You know, when God wanted to design the ark, He gave Oheleb and Bezalel the spirit of fire and apply art to help Moses interpret his dream. So, as an artist who wants to make impact in the environment, I use art to educate, I use art to teach, I use art to inspire. And
Mm.
even when you come to children art, for you to know what is going on in people's family, you ask the child to draw.
Mm.
If the mother is the one that walks around too much, she draws the mother with long leg. If the mother is the one that talks too much, she draws the mother with big mouth. If the father is a beating type, she will draw the father with long hand. So these are some of the child expressions in art that you need to
Mm.
discover.
So, Uche, for you, what informs your creative process? At what time do you are you like, oh, okay, so now my creative juices are really flowing?
I discovered that God is the greatest artist. So I coined this word that God is the creator that created us, the creator that performed the power of creation. So I now knew if God can form the whole earth without anything sustaining it, and if you study human being, we are too complex to study. You can watch our eyes, the cells, the anatomy, and all those. If God can do that, so why can't I give details to nature? And
Mm.
sometimes when you look at the flowers and saw the level of colors God added to those flowers, you now know that the man or the God you are worshiping is a creative God. So you have to match up with the
Mm.
potentials that's placed in you.
That's right. So finally, Uche, how are you able to match, your journey as a leader? Or you told me this story once that you keep manifesting the things that you want, and the high point for you was when you met President of Nigeria. How did that? How did that event change you?
Yeah, to me, as a child, I keep telling parents, allow your children to be exposed to art early because it's some of the things that brings the concept of growth in them. Like if you watch a children's color, you can't paint black in a room where you are nursing a baby. It will be affecting the baby. We think it's demon. There are some colors that are warm friendly, emotional friendly. So these are some of the things if you know, it helps in child upbringing. So
Mm.
as a young man, I knew that there is something within me that society needs to benefit from. So
Mm.
I keep working hard to see that I get to that target. I always give myself every day.
Interesting, and you will get there. Thank you so much. You can Uche Agonsi for your time. Please, a round of applause. All right, Weekender. You're someone who is passionate about leadership. Hmm?
Yeah.
So, what is your leadership journey? When did it start for you, and have you reached your high point yet? Just tell us.
Okay, thank you. My leadership journey started in the year 2003 during my second year in University of Nigeria in Nsukka.
Mhm.
We did all the school politics, SUG, NANS, and all, because this is a passion in me. I have a passion that a new Nigeria is possible, and we started at a very young age, and we're still on it. Thank you.
Interesting. So, who is your role model when it comes to leadership?
Okay, I have many of them, but I'll bring it down home. I will use Mr. P. as an example. I love his style of leadership because leadership is supposed to be a trust that people give to you, not an avenue to enrich yourself. But in the course of serving the people, naturally, you will get richer. So I believe in his leadership style, and I'm trying to be like him, following him at his steps. Yeah.
Okay, so looking at our school's curriculum, do you think leadership is imbibed enough or instilled enough in, curriculum when it comes to primary school and secondary school education? Do you think is, instilled enough, at that level of education?
No, I don't think so because I always ask people for you to be a medical doctor in Nigeria, for instance, you go to a school called medical school, right?
Yeah.
To be a lawyer, you go to law school. The question is to be a leader in Nigeria, is there a school station to produce them? The answer is no. Right? We don't have curriculum for them. And that's why some of us are taking it upon ourselves to do some things in line with that. So I believe it's not yet